Hello guys and gals, happy Monday. I did some meditation this morning, which led to a very long power nap, and so here we are, almost 10 a.m. So let's get this party started. I also messaged Raven's grandmother this morning to get some updates. I know a lot of y'all have asked about her, and thank you so much for still keeping her in your mind and in your prayers and in your thoughts. It was a little hard to hear what she said this morning. She was moved on Friday to rehab. Current prayers are needed for the infection to leave her body. The infection hasn't left her body. Blood pressure has spiked to 181/96. She wakes up and she just stares. So they don't know the extent of the head injury. And you know, not just keeping Raven in your thoughts, but her family and any family who's going through something similar to this. I think about my baby, you know. It's tough. They're my babies. So yeah, if you could please just continue to keep keep their family in your thoughts and send all kinds of love to Raven. I know they need it. A sweet baby pup. Okay. Today, let's see, we had a huge move to the upside overnight. Can that huge move to the upside be trusted? Well, yes and no. I mean, it is what happened. It moved to the upside, but a lot of times it tries to correct itself and pull back to where it was prior. Looking at what's happened, it's given some great movements to the downside here and here, and when it's pulled back here as it's pushing down. We seem to be getting these divergences on the 233, which shows it's really trying to show a slowdown, but Lord almighty, why don't we just take a peek-see at our 10946? That stuff is insane to the downside. Wow. Really at a spot that could give a push-up. It's such a weak move down in the MACDs here. Hasn't even exceeded that lowest pivot. Showing a spot to push back up, but it's going to be a lot of work here, I would say, to come back up at this point. Remember, when it pulls really, really far away from these EMAs, it tends to lead to a snapback, and that snapback doesn't always stop at the first spot. So we may see it pull back even deeper here, which right now, it's looking like it's still trying to push down. Let's see if it pulls back and gets me in here. Oh, there we go. Move that puppy to break even right there. Oh, I was about to hit close as I was watching these bars start to pull back up, but it came back and hit it at that 3-point mark, which is fine. So yeah, moved it a little fast. We can still see these going down. Now, why did I pull this back here? Because guys, when I have it like this, it starts to bunch everything up. That overnight move made it look much bigger than the moves really are. So if I pull it back like this, I can see the way those McAtees are pushing down. Now the 233 is still pushing down. 5 points. No complaints. Yeah. Wow. McAtees are pushing up those chain. Okay. I'll give this one quick shot. I don't even want it to tick up. Yeah. Okay, break even it is. So it's just a little quick on the draw with the first entry. I know it has looks to go up. Double bars pushing up. But look at the strength still down here, y'all. Oh, that pulled up and stopped me out. When you move your wrist a little quick, being back behind this area is a good spot. Back behind here, the spot that's held it up several times. Okay, well, I had the opportunity to keep going. Grab me. There we go. Okay. I'll pull this down a little. Look at it starting to die out at this low. Locking in a little bit more profit. If it comes back, I'm totally okay with it. Look how it's reaching this low and not popping through here. There we go. Still a firm believer in this short move, so I'm going to be prepared for it. Putting a little bit in profit here, because what may happen here, look what's happening. This is going to give us some major potential for divergence if it pulls down to this area. Major. This is it, and it goes down. Let's see if it goes 30%. Let's just go down to there. And I see this starting to pull back right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that exit. It may keep going. I took my attention away from it for a moment and looked over at the bigger charts, really just trying to, what's the word I want to use? Force it to go further instead of paying attention to what it's telling me. And what I mean by that is I'm going, okay, well, it's just giving us a little pushback. Let's make it go to 50%. Now, if I'm just really watching this and paying attention to what this is telling me, I'm staying in. But I allowed my vision to be clouded. I'd be out now, though. This reversal bar, this little push back up, major potential for divergence. I'm not saying that it's not going to continue down, but we may see a little bit of a pullback between these areas. So, today, what? We're gonna call that a day, okay? Okay. Let's take a peek at this. Let's look at it on here first, and then we're gonna move it over to the bigger chart. So, my exits, I would say, were a little bit, I don't want to say fear-based per se, possibly so, because I got out of these trades when there was still a lot of movement to the downside, even the one that's currently happening. But you know, what I'm looking at, and I'm seeing these divergences and thinking, well, is it going to give me a big pullback? Which it may have, and finally it pulls back into the area that gave us the push down, which has been a beautiful push down so far. It's slowing down here, major potential for divergence. Even if I had stayed in this, I mean, the divergence, whenever you have a strong EMA, you don't really anticipate the divergence to hold per se. More or less give a bounce back and then the push for it. And look, but divergence gone. Could have definitely stayed in that one. It makes me laugh at myself, but hey, you know, let's go ahead. Man, I'm gonna put them on here. And you can see it's still going. So my potential for divergence was something that was in my head. And guys, that happens, you know, that's a part of it. That's part of, you know, seeing your reasons to take exits are great. But when you draw these lines like I have here, these lines may become something that you use as what I like to say, gospel. And when that happens, you exit because of a line you've drawn instead of by the things you're seeing. I started to recognize that I was doing that, which is why I decided to stop trading. It's very important to know yourself, know your habits, know the things that you do regularly that sabotage yourself. You may think that you're just doing what you've always done. Well, doing what you've always done could be always sabotaging yourself. There's a lot of times when I recognize in me what I'm doing when I'm trading and I step away. Sometimes I don't even trade because I've watched the market and I've seen what it's doing, and I start to get that feeling of, kind of like earlier when I stepped away, I said, I can tell that I was getting antsy. I was anticipating things, and I had a bunch of other things on my mind, like the door, someone was knocking at the door. There's a lot going on to this market to the downside, which is beautiful. But you know what does our mind go to after that? Our mind goes to, this has gone down so far, it must be coming up soon. So we start searching for things, or I say we. When I say we, a lot of times, y'all, I mean I start searching for things that aren't really there. I start telling myself that there are long trades to be had. Are there long trades to be had? Sure. But they have a much more limited potential in such a strong trending market like we have seen. So, I'm sorry, just as I pulled that away too, look, it started to show the reason for the pushback down in this strong trending market to the downside. But I have a lot of things on my plate. I really only set aside about an hour for trading, and then I gotta edit this video and get music in and put my entries and my exits and take out, you know, things that I don't want y'all to hear. Like, I hiccup quite a bit. You know, just things like that. Dogs barking. I'm sure that bursts your eardrums. It bursts mine, and they're right in the room. So, you know, things like that. It takes a little bit of time. And whenever I'm getting all that together, that's another at least hour. And then I've got students to work with, which I have, I'm about at my max right now. I only take on 4 students a month. I spoke with one yesterday and one a couple of days ago that are more than likely going to start working with me. And so, and I say a month, I mean 4 students at a time. There's no reason for me to have any more right now. Physically, I want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. I spend a lot of time with you once we do this. There is the time that we spend going through your charts, the time that we spend going through your trade, the time that we spend talking about the mental side of things that are affecting you. There's someone that I spoke to this morning. I hope you're listening through to the end. This is what I'm talking about. You are actually on my mind while I'm saying this, but you're on my mind because you're not alone, okay? I do it too. Other people do it too. His biggest frustration, and you're really going to know who you are, is that whenever he trades and sim, he does fine. But when he goes over to live, he struggles. So we need to find out what's going on up here that is that self-sabotage between the live and the simulation, because there is no difference. Whenever you change from live to simulation, it is simply the click of a button and everything looks the same. Okay, I've babbled on enough. Guys, reach out to me if you need help. Even if I don't have space for students right now, I'm still going to help you. I want to see you succeed. So if you have questions or you need a little bit of guidance, or heck, you just need to talk to somebody, message me, please. I'm easy to find. Just find me. So I hope everybody has a great day. Happy Monday. Please keep Raven Hill, her mother Stephanie, her grandmother Susan, keep everybody in your thoughts. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in this world today, and we could all use a little more love. So everybody have a wonderful day. Much love, and look forward to catching you on the profitable